Republican calls himself a common-sense conservative who reaches across the aisle to get things done. The Democrat calls himself a fighter for working family who understands what the average Ohioan is going through. It is the race for U.S. Senate. Local 12's Jeff Hirsch looks at the candidates and the issues.
Rob Portman and Ted Strickland disagree on a lot, but not on this.
You know, it comes down to Ohio.
As goes Ohio, so goes the country.
Portman, a Cincinnati native and Republican, is running for his second term in the Senate. Strickland, a Democrat from Southeast Ohio, is a former Ohio governor. Both also served in the U.S. House of Representatives. It's been a testy campaign.
The basic difference, if I were to name one, is that I've never forgotten where I came from. I came from working people. And Senator Portman's never forgotten where he came from. He came from privilege. And he spent his political life taking care of those who are already privileged.
He served in 12 years in the United States House of Representatives, and during that time he had exactly 0 bills that were authored or co-authored by him that became law. So it's a big difference between us. I focus on results and getting them done.
Besides the finger pointing, there are pointed differences on key issues. Strickland is pro-choice, Portman anti-abortion. Strickland, who was once backed by the NRA, now favors some gun control measures which Portman opposes. Portman has talked a lot about his anti-opioid bill, which became law. Strickland says Portman has not supported enough money to tackle the problem. Also at issue, Ohio's economy when Strickland was governor during the 2008 recession.
When he was governor of Ohio, we did lose 350,000 jobs. We were 48th in the country in job creation. We did have far higher unemployment than the rest of the country. Why? Because he increased taxes, he increased regulations, he did the things that were counter to creating jobs.
It was a national recession. I had nothing to do with it. In fact, I think the recession was caused primarily by policies of the Bush administration and policies affecting Wall Street. And Rob Portman was George Bush's budget director in the years leading up to the collapse of the economy. So I had to deal with a very, very difficult set of circumstances.
Another key issue, Donald Trump. Rob Portman has done a delicate political dance regarding the presidential nominee of his party. Portman endorsed Trump, but he did not speak at the Republican convention in Cleveland where Trump was nominated. Then, after the Access Hollywood tapes were released, Portman withdrew that endorsement.
Well, I think Rob Portman is a very weak leader. I think he puts his finger to the wind, and for months he would say, well, I disagree with Senator Donald Trump on this issue. I disagree with him here, but I still think he ought to be president. Then I think Senator Portman made a political calculation. Finally, Donald Trump was caught on tape bragging about assaulting women. And I think Senator Portman thought, wait a minute, this has gone too far. So he did flip-flop.
Well, he's still supporting Hillary Clinton, despite all of her ethical challenges. So, I mean, he's going to be a rubber stamp for her. I'm going to be an independent voice for Ohio.
One other big difference, Rob Portman has a lot more campaign cash, millions of dollars more. And what do you do when you have so much money? Well, Rob Portman has taken out radio ads in Ukrainian in Cleveland, targeting the Ukrainian community up there. It's unknown how Portman will do in those targeted Cleveland precincts. But statewide, with all voters, polls show a big Portman lead and a big challenge for Strickland to pull out a win. Jeff Hirsch, Local 12 News.
Some political experts say the mudslinging surrounding the presidential